I move this? Morning. Well, it's 4:30 p.m. in Australia, but good morning to you. So yeah, I don't know if you have checked out my previous stream, but um yeah, I thought it'd be fun to make like some dumb concept of combining Kim Jong Un into an e-boy. And yeah, these are my images that I came up with. And today I'm going to be coloring them in. Should probably group these into a layer. How'd the exam go? Hope it went well. I'm not sure if this is the right skin tone for him. I might have to Google him again. So, Kim Jong Un. Yeah, that could be decent. I'll just pop him to the side there. Got an 8 out of 10. Oh, nice. Congrats. So, I always feel weird when I first start a stream off because it's usually just I'm either by myself for a while or it's just a couple people. So yeah, if I seem like I'm on, like, if I'm like on edge or something, it's just I guess, um, the strangeness of being on camera and talking to a camera. Somehow oh yeah, definitely. Try to get those shine over here, especially with a chubby boy like Kim. Definitely has those highlights going on. But I think I'll just color them the base in first. Actually, it's probably a bad idea that I try to color all of them at once, so I'll probably just stick to this guy in the middle here. Oh yeah, and how I did this one, I actually did like I used me as a reference if I just turned off some of these other ones. Like this image here, in order to get the like the shirt folds right, I had to like pose like him. Bit of the tricks of the trade. Hey, what's up, Nessa? just group these into line work group. It does seem a little bit dull. Yeah. So I might head over to color overlay. Yeah, I think that's a better skin tone for him. Also, with like live streams, do you guys prefer if it's just silent in the background, or if I had like some like a a low volume instrumental? I used to play just whatever music I wanted to in my first few streams, but YouTube and Twitch, they've been really hard on the whole DMCA thing. And one of my streams on YouTube, it got like 5 copyright claims because I was playing music by 100 gex. Maybe not that one. Something chill in the back would be cool. Alright. Oh, I'm so afraid what's gonna pop up on my recommended. Okay, my recommended isn't too bad. That one's a little bit questionable. This one, definitely, yeah, I like ASMR. I don't know what to tell you. Comedy, that's pretty mild. 100 gex, of course, more ASMR. And this guy here. Anyway. I don't want to put it royalty free. I don't want to put this on though, because it's gonna be some generic music that's just meh. Maybe we'll put in like Playboy Cardi type beat, free for profit. Strawberry Fields, that sounds pretty chill. Wait a second. I can't tell if it's playing or not. Okay, it's so weird. I can hear it now, but when I hear it, it doesn't record. But when it records, then I can't hear it. Maybe what I'll do is yeah, having some technical difficulties here. This one. No, it's not. Oh, wait, I think it was working for a second. No, it's not working. I think I just fucked it up. I fucked up my settings, guys. All right, I'm still new to streaming, so I'm gonna have to not put music in the background. Okay, all right. Gonna have to move on from that, unfortunately. Um. So I'm gonna start putting in the base color of the hair. Yeah, thanks for understanding. Yeah, I didn't even look at tutorials on how to use Streamlabs. I was just like, you know what, I can probably figure it out on the fly. But yeah, I just kind of opened myself up to situations like that. I mean, most things in life I'm like that. I don't really look at tutorials. I don't um, try to read up on the instructions. I'm more the type of person that I need to just do things and fail at it to understand. And it's probably rooted in laziness because I'm just like, I don't really want to take the time out to try to learn something. I'll just try to take a stab at it. But I think ironically that leads me to wasting more time failing things. So that's something that I'm trying harder to break out of that habit. Also, I just realized that one of my line art here, like this line here, is actually a continuation of his face. So that was an error I left. Gonna have to fix that up. Yeah. Oh man. I was just thinking about what happened to Jenna Marbles. What do you guys think about what happened to her? That was just I got so triggered when I heard about it yesterday. I'm like, really? You guys got to cancel Jenna Marbles of all people? She's like one of the what I think is one of the sweetest people on YouTube. And it's sad that someone who has just given so much to the platform for over a decade is just feels like she was just bullied out of the site, you know? And it's kind of ironic because the people who I feel like bullied her out were trying to fight for like understanding and compassion, but really they were just, contributing to more hatred in the world. What am I using to draw? I'm using a Wacom bamboo tablet. This is I got it like for $40 on Best Buy. And this is gonna sound really stupid, but actually, oh, my voice is so rough right now. Give me a second. Yeah, so I'm using a $40 Wacom bamboo tablet, which is ironic because someone gifted me pretty much a brand new Wacom Cintiq. So this is the one with the actual screen on it. But I don't actually like using this. I thought I would love using a Cintiq because you actually get to draw on the screen, and it has like millions of levels of pressure input. But I don't know what to tell you. I prefer just using a shitty Wacom Bamboo. You know. So if anyone lives in Australia and wants to grab a Cintiq, it's free to use. Yeah, I do think she definitely left prematurely. My conspiracy theory is that, she's 34 years old, she's already a multimillionaire, and she's been on YouTube for like 11 years now. So I almost feel like she's just trying to find an excuse to retire in a way where she wouldn't be hated. But yeah, that's just my conspiracy theory. And I'm not necessarily so mad about Jenna Marbles leaving because, I mean, that's not really the content that I watch, but I do see it as kind of enabling this behavior of, yeah, just encouraging people to bully creators over content they made, 10, 11 years ago. And I mean, I made this joke about it on on Twitter about how one of her rap songs, she was said like Ching Chong Wing Wong with their King Kong Ding Dongs. And everyone's like saying like, oh, that's so racist against like Asians, especially like, Asian guys. But I'm like, nah, man, like she said that Ching Chongs, so like Asian guys, have King Kong Ding Dongs. That's pretty progressive if you ask me. Like, you don't very often hear that, Asian guys get praised for having King Kong Ding Dongs. So, I would say that's more evidence of her not being racist. But yeah, I'm an idiot, so, By the way, I am Asian, so I can say Ching Chong. Oh, it's kind of fucked up. I don't know if I should say it. Um, so I was thinking, okay, so I'm Asian. I can say Ching Chong, right? I was wondering, like, what IQ level until you can say, the R word. And I looked it up. And it turns out you are considered, medically. It's okay if I say this because it's like a medical term. You're considered medically retarded below 70 IQ. So I was wondering if it's okay for you to say it if you are under that threshold. Oh wow! Starting this stream off on the right foot right here. I feel like we should change the topic. Thoughts on Shane's stupid tweets. Let's check it out. I did see that video of him. What was it? He was like talking to a 12-year-old girl about like he was joking around about like periods and stuff and like sex ed talk. I think it was really weird of him to record that and vlog it and put it out there, especially putting like a 12-year-old on the internet like that. But apparently that's like his 12-year-old cousin, and if you can't have those conversations with people you're close to, then who can you really? It's a gray area. I do think it's weird for him to say it online though. I deleted everything, I'm done. For those who wanted me to address it, I did. I'm sure you can find it reposted somewhere. But I don't want this energy in my life or in my timeline. I'm too sensitive to shit and I'm done. Look, at the end of the day, I do think that he's just making jokes. And, I mean, you can say it's a bit like racy or, inappropriate. Um, but I'm kind of like the kind of person that does like inappropriate jokes, so I'm not particularly offended by it. Um, hmm. And I question if people who are supposedly outraged about it, like, do they genuinely care? Like, does him making these jokes and these content, does it actually, is that really gonna influence someone to abuse children in any way? Um, you know, yeah. So I think you search for them on YouTube. Basically, James Charles deserved being put in that light, and he gives something he didn't do. Yeah, that's another thing, is that I'm not particularly too sympathetic to Shane Dawson, because I do think that he is one of the people that does contribute to this sort of like toxic culture of people wanting to tear down other people. Like, I feel like everyone, to an extent, when I say everyone, I mean most people on social media, they have like this obsession with taking down celebrities. We love to build up celebrities just to tear them down, and part of me does find it funny when someone who participates in, quote unquote cancel culture gets canceled themselves. Like, that shit's always kind of funny to me. I feel like Shane Dawson won't really be cancelled though, um, because he's just been on the platform for too long, and until he actually abuses someone, like when it goes beyond jokes, that's when, we can I can start seeing him losing a career. But for now, I feel like it's something that'll be forgotten about in 3 days. I mean, I've already kind of forgotten about Jenna Marbles, and that shit was only 24 hours ago. Isn't someone always getting canceled on YouTube every week? Like, I don't even keep up with it anymore. I'd say like every day, to be honest. Um, at first I was thinking, oh, it's just people at home. They're bored because it's pandemic and people staying at home because they can't go to school, they can't go to work. But I'm I'm starting to think that as a society we have social media addiction, and it used to start off with just like taking selfies and posting on Instagram and getting likes off that. But after a while, we got numb to taking selfies and posting our food and showing how cool we look like on the beach or at parties. And now the new way of getting likes and validation is to cancel people. Um, and admittedly, some of it is, justified. Some people do deserve to, you know, have their character flaws brought to the light, and people be made aware of who they're idolizing. But I think we've gotten to the point where we're even starting to cancel people who aren't even celebrities. And um, yeah, it's like the new drug, it's the new hit, it's the likes are like dopamine. Um, yeah, I remember when my channel first started blowing up, and I think one of my videos, they got like nearly 500,000 views. Like, I've never felt that kind of a rush from anything I posted on the internet ever before. I might have had like a few hits, like 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 views, but when you start getting to like that 600, like that six figure, when yeah, six figure view count, like it's actually like, it feels like a rush. So I guess and then when I stopped getting those high amount of views, it really did send me into like a withdrawal kind of phase. So I definitely can see um, social media validation and likes being um, a highly addictive thing that is, I feel like it's affecting our society. But I don't know. I'm an idiot. I'm not too educated to speak on the topic. It's hella true though. But yeah, most of the time, cancel culture has been taken too far. Yeah, I think that too as well. I think once you start losing sight of the greater good, that's when um, that's when we start venturing into um, like darker territory. I would say. Like it's funny how well, it's not funny. It's actually really sad. But a few weeks ago there was that Japanese wrestler, Hana Kimura, I think her name was, and you might know her already, but she was like a Japanese wrestler. Um, she was popular on the internet, and she was in like a reality TV show, and something about her personality in the show, like it just irritated people so much, and all the online criticism got to her, and unfortunately, she um, you know committed suicide. And it's like on one hand we rush um, to her, we rush to post out these tweets like, we should be kind to each other, we should not bully people online, and then immediately we flip, and then we try to bully people off platforms and criticize them. And I don't know, I just find it very hypocritical. Chef. My name, Chef. That was a terrible iDubbbz impression. My name's Chef. I think it's a little bit better. What was I trying to do again? I think this might be... Okay, I might have to ask someone who is into fashion here. I'm kind of torn between making his jewelry gold or silver. Do you think Kim Jong Un is more of a silver guy, or is he a gold guy? I know it has something to do with undertones. So one of my friends, she told me that my undertone is like, it suits more of like a gold. That's why I have a gold earring. But I don't know about my man Kim here. What should he be? Gold. Okay. We'll make it gold. Let me just try to get his lips. I feel like I know I shouldn't go straight to the lips, but I want to rush it, and I just want to see them thick, juicy Kim Jong Un lips. All right, gold it is. But yeah, man, I wonder when, cause they kind of did have like cancel culture in other periods of history as well. Like I know this might be a bit of a reach, but like the Salem witch trials, there was like a point in time where like I think it was in, I don't know if it was in England or in America, but like a few centuries ago, they would accuse women of being witches, and it got to a point where you would just accuse someone you didn't like for being a witch, and then you would burn them at the stake. And there was like a brief period where that was like a trend, and then all of a sudden it disappeared. So I wonder if we'll look back in history and we'll see this as a strange time where people were just calling each other racist or sexist or, trying to dig up anything. Or do you think cancel culture will continue forever? Because I was having this thought, right? Like, we all buy, Chinese goods or like goods made in third world countries. And in the same way that we criticize a lot of like middle class people, a lot of middle class white people in America a few years ago for being slave owners, will they start to look back on us in the future as if we're complicit in slave labor in third world countries? And would we be cancelled? I don't know. That's just a thought I had. But again, I'm not an economist, so. Oh, thanks. Also, another thought was, so we all agree, we all understand that AI is pretty much on the horizon, and I feel like it will get to a point where cyborgs and AI, there's going to be a gray area between what constitutes life forms. Will a lot of the, like, if we make like robot jokes today, will that be like the new, I guess, how can I word this? But will making robot jokes be controversial in the future? I feel like society will continue to have this type of canceling. Yeah. I think, and this is my theory, is that the only way we'll be able to get over cancel culture is when our minds will be part of like this like AI cloud of consciousness. And we'll start to be able to we won't be as bound to our like primal instincts and feelings. We'll be able to think more logically. Or maybe human beings will be able to get together and be able to show each other compassion and forgiveness. I don't know, just a crackpot theory. I think that our society, and this now I feel like I'm doing like a PSA stream, but yeah, I think that we need to be able to forgive other people even if they have fucked up majorly. Otherwise, what is even the point of trying to correct your own behavior when you don't even get credit for it when you do change? Racist against robots. No, but that's the thing though, is that like robots will get to a point where they'll be as smart as humans, if not even smarter, and maybe robots will want to fight for their autonomy, and they'll want to have rights, they'll want to have civil rights like other human beings. Once virtual reality porn becomes a thing, and then you can have like a an AI girlfriend or an AI boyfriend, I feel like some humans would legitimately fall in love with their robot partners, and then they'll want to get it, you know, recognized as an actual partner, and then we'll start to have those conversations like what constitutes a sentient being. Too much thinking. Yeah, I'm a little bit guilty of that. Yeah, I've been watching too many podcasts. Detroit Become Human. Is that a major plot point? I've never played that game. Okay, let's add some highlights. Well, speaking of that, Japan and the isolation is similar to dating like AI and stuff. Yeah. I feel like Japan is like, if we need to look at the future of like socialization and technology, we just have to look at Japan. Because I feel like I remember like maybe 10 years ago and like reading up about Japan and how there were like this term called NEETs, so NEET, which stands for not in employment, education, or training. So basically like basement dwellers. And I was like, oh, that's like a pretty uniquely Japanese thing of like young men, sometimes women, just like completely dropping out of society and just living in the basement. And I was like, oh, that's like a rare Japanese thing, but I feel like it's already come to the Western world, and that's as a result of like increased use of like technology, and yeah, not really interacting with your surrounding community or the people around you. Innocent BTS and full gossips. I don't know, man. I'm really bad at articulating my thoughts. I should just like stop and think about what I'm trying to say before I say it, cause I feel like I'm like Michael Scott. I have a thought and I haven't completed my thought. I'll just start speaking and I'm thinking maybe halfway through the sentence I can make a point out of it, but and I'm not high, by the way. That was CBD oil I just smoked. There's no THC. I feel like that highlight's a bit too yellow. Might have to make it like that. Anyway, yeah, where are you guys from, if you don't mind me asking? Like, what country? You got any freaky stories to tell while drawing? Freaky in what way? Like, I feel like we can go freaky as in like legitimately scary, or freaky as in like in the bed. I'm from Cali. Oh, nice, sick. I actually really wish because I'll be moving back to America. Like, I live in Australia right now, but I was living in New York last year, Came back because of Rona, and I'll be studying in New York as well. But I don't know. I kind of wish I applied for schools in California. I don't know, just like the weather's nice, so it's a city I've never been to before. Lewd, I don't know. There's a whole spectrum. Um, I don't know, man. I don't really know where to begin with that one. I feel like I'm pretty vanilla in bed. Like, okay, I'm pretty vanilla, but then like, I'll just have like weird shit that I'm into. I don't know if I should just say this on stream, but fuck it, I'll say it. Um, I like I like getting peed on. How's that? That's something. And I like peeing as well on girls. I think that's it's kind of hot. There's something. It's like dirty, and like taboo about it. Yeah, straight vanilla. I just do missionary and more missionary. Maybe some doggy style, but then we're going back to missionary. You know, I keep the socks on, and we're done in like 5 minutes. That's that's my idea of a good night. I don't know many people with the golden shower king. Um, so how I feel like that kind of developed because we used to make fun of one of my friends in high school for like, we made up this story about him watching golden shower porn, and yeah, I just kept making fun of him for it, and then I just got curious about it myself, so I started watching it. And I don't know what it was with the video, but it got me curious, and I'm the kind of person that I'll do anything once. Um, and I brought it up with a girl I was seeing, and she was down to try it, and I was like, in my mind I was like, okay, it's one of those things I'm gonna just try once, and it's not gonna be as hot as I think it is. Um, and then it happened, and I was like, I'm one of those fucking weirdos that likes it. So yeah, I had to accept that about myself. Okay, I'm losing track of where my shadow things are now. I also like food as well. That's also a fun thing to do. Like sometimes and it's actually quite vanilla I feel like, but just getting some Nutella, slobbing that on my knob. Yeah, I'm like, hey baby, you like some chocolate? I got some right here for you. This girl that I've been seeing, she's really into like being tied down and like BDSM, and I'm I'm gonna be seeing her later tonight, and I don't know. It's like I don't know how to do it, like, because like you see that shit on movies or like adult movies, but the actual logistics of it, like how do you? I don't know how to tie a knot, you know. Um, yeah, so that's probably something I'm gonna have to figure out later tonight, and probably next stream I'll report back with the results. Um, yeah, she was the one that actually gave me the Wacom Cintiq, so she's really cool. let's start coloring in the hair. Hey, what's up, Kim? Welcome back. So yeah, I've been working on this e-boy Kim Jong Un. And yeah, it all started because I saw this image of Kim Jong Un, and he kind of had like a prototypical e-boy haircut already, and I was like, what if I expanded on that concept and made him out to actually be an e-boy? And you know, that's what I came up with. I feel like the idea just came to me. Okay, I don't like how this highlight is it feels very flat, so I'll just go to liquify. I think BDSM is for the experienced advanced. Yeah, that's the thing though. Is that I feel like you can't just like go into it. Like you need someone to teach you it. And yeah. So I might have to swallow my pride and be like, hey, I'm a virgin. That didn't work out. Cause I do like slapping and biting, that kind of stuff, and I do like it when I'm clawed on my back. But with the whole like whips and stuff and like tools and equipment, that's where you lose me. And part of me feels like I like it when things are more spontaneous as well. So when you start incorporating all these things, like there's so much setup, and you have to have the tools already there for you, and I don't know, it kind of kills it for me a little bit. But yeah, like I said, I'm always down to try new things. That's what life is all about, right? Trying new things and getting peed on. Oh man, my ex was curious about my YouTube channel, and I told her like, oh yeah, do some like streams and stuff, but I didn't want to show her my channel. um, but you know, when I told her about the streaming thing, she wanted to actually hop on. So I don't know if that's something you guys might be interested in seeing. I feel like you guys will see like an entirely different side of me that you haven't seen in like my rant videos or even in these streams. I'm into buying, I don't have any pain tolerance, so I'm not into BDSM. Maybe you could be the dominatrix, so you don't have to experience the pain. I do like ball busting. Like I like watching ball busting videos, but I've never really explored it in real life. Maybe that's something that'll happen tonight for me. Maybe my balls will get busted the fuck up. That'd be cool. Okay, I'll bring it up with her. I've never shown anyone in real life my YouTube channel. It's I've always told myself that, because you know my friends, they ask me about like, oh yeah, you were talking about you had like a YouTube channel. I was like, yeah, and they always ask for the link, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to show you it. Part of it is I do think I'm kind of embarrassed about some of the videos. I think are not funny. but I have like this dumb ego where I want them to find out about my channel organically. Like I want to get to that point where I don't have to link it to them. Sounds stupid, I know. Sounds stupid now that I say it out loud. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just not as, I just don't care as much about it as I used to. So I think she'll be the first one that will see my channel. Yeah, I used to be really maybe self-conscious isn't the right word for it, but I definitely wanted like a clear division between my personal life, like who I am as a person, and Hot Babe Cat. Like my name is Sylvester, by the way, so that's where Cat comes from. And yeah, part of it was, I didn't want internet strangers knowing quote unquote the real me. But over time you can't well, I can't personally keep living this like online persona, because it is quite limiting. And not that I've outgrown it, because I'm still really fucking immature, but perhaps there are other things I want to do creatively online as well. And when it got to streaming and like doing like comedy stand up, I kind of just wanted to drop the whole act for once and just be myself. So even though I've been like making YouTube channels for YouTube videos, or even just like animation videos for like years, it feels like I'm posting shit online for the first time. Ever get left with blue balls? Sounds mean, but I've done it to a couple dudes. Also, you might just get a channel. Yourself. Yeah, and privacy as well. Blue balls is definitely a thing. I feel like some girls have this misconception that it's not a real thing. It's just guys being horny, like, oh, you know, they're just trying to come up with an excuse to get laid. But it's a real thing. Like, it really hurts. And yeah, I would say it does feel like getting hit in the balls. It's this dull ache. Because I mean, I'm not a scientist, but you know, when you I guess you're aroused, there's blood that flows to that area, and but it never gets, I guess, fulfilled. It does, you don't come, and then the pain starts at your balls, but then it like turns into like this stomach ache, and it feels like someone's grabbing your intestines and just like grinding into like mulch. It's so bad, and the only relief is is to come. Is like one of the saddest moments in life was I was like seeing this girl for a bit, and it was never serious, so we weren't like very comfortable with each other. Like we weren't like comfortable in like a boyfriend girlfriend level, and we were doing it, but voice. We were doing it, and I don't know, we were just doing it for too long. We were going at it for like, I don't know, 40 minutes, which is 40 minutes, hour, whatever. And she just wanted to put an end to it. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And I woke up later that night, and I had that blue balls feeling, and I knew the only way to get rid of it is if I, relieved myself. So I had to sneak into the bathroom at 3 a.m. and just like covertly, and I couldn't make a sound either, because I didn't really know this girl very well. I hadn't seen her for like a few weeks, so it's not like I was comfortable enough to wake her up and be like, hey, can we go at it again? Or I'm just gonna don't mind me if I accidentally hit you while I jerk off to you next to you in bed. So I had to do it in the bathroom. Just so sad. but I couldn't take the pain anymore. Is it actually a blue ball though? I've always thought it was exaggerated. It is related to blood flow. Um, my balls, unsurprisingly, are quite brown, so it wouldn't show up on me. Um, I might ask one of my white friends, "Hey man, do you got blue balls? Can I see them?" And I will report with you the results. Like what's similar? Talking about blue balls, I once experienced a woman version of it. My uterus is screaming for its life. I mean, yeah, I mean that sounds like it as well. I have no idea what period cramps feel like, but my heart goes out to all the crampers out there. Yeah. Oh man, periods are the worst. I hate them so much. Hate that I can't get laid because the girl I'm seeing is period. No, it's terrible. I'll try. No, I'm probably just gonna get dinner with her. Get some hot wings. Restaurants and stuff have reopened in Sydney a couple weeks ago, so I'm just finding any excuse just to go out. So tired of staying inside the house. I feel like you guys are having your own conversation in the chat about periods, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Don't really know what else to contribute to that topic. Well, I don't know if it's kind of gross to bring up, but to an extent, I one time experienced a situation that is kind of similar to a period, I guess. Um, yeah, I bled from my dick once. It was like back in the day, like a few years ago. Um, I started like riding like a motorcycle, and I got into an accident. Um, I just wasn't paying attention, and I was being stupid. I was speeding, and yeah, so I was speeding, and I wasn't paying attention, and the car in front of me stopped, and I don't know if you've ever sat on a motorcycle before, but the fuel tank is like right in front of your crotch. So when I hit that car just directly from behind, my whole body just flung forward like that. And yeah, my boys, they took the brunt of the impact. So bad. And yeah, I fell off my bike actually. And I might have told this story before, but I'll keep going. And yeah, like I fell off my bike, and I was laying face down for a bit, and I swear I thought I was like a quadriplegic. I thought I wasn't able to move for what felt like eternity, but in reality it was only maybe 3 or 4 seconds. And all of a sudden, I had all this energy. I jumped up. I was like, oh shit, I can still walk, I can still move, my hands are moving. And then my next thought was, let me check my dick. So like I pulled my pants out, I was looking at my penis, and then the guy who I hit, he got out of his car and he's like, hey buddy, you okay? Well, what the fuck? And yeah, he just sees me just looking at my dick and like, oh, just give me a second, I just need to check my dick. And yeah, it was not looking good. And when I went home later that day, when I was discharged, I went to the bathroom and yeah, I tried to do number one, try to urinate, and I saw red. Just it was not a good feeling. Oh, man. And I think for like a month after that incident, I was walking bow-legged, like I was walking like with my legs far apart. And everyone was saying, "Oh yeah, I heard about the motorcycle accident. Did you like break your legs? Did you break your knee?" And I'm like, "Yeah, my knee." But yeah, fortunately, no permanent damage, thank God. And yeah, I've never taken my pee-pee for granted ever since. Pee-pees can break. Yeah, they're very fragile things. They have spongy material. Do you know that gorillas have bones in their dick? Like, they have legitimate boners. So their penises are always rigid at all times. I was about to Google an image of a gorilla dick, but I don't know if that is going to be detected by the AI, like the YouTube content thingy. Yeah, it might break TOS. You might know this one as well, but also pigs, they have... Is it pigs or is it ducks? I think it's both of them, actually. They have, like, spiral dicks. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, the more you know, right? You can use that information. Oh, the weirdest ones are turtle dicks. Okay, I feel like this is turning into like a dick stream now, but I swear it's the last animal penis I'll reference. But yeah, if you ever see a video of a turtle penis, those things are like alien looking. They're so big relative to the size of the turtle. Okay, I need to move on from the hair. What else? Okay, this is the trickier part. Is try to get that fade thing. So I gotta get that look, but on here. I think there was a brush I was using for that. I think it might have been this one. So I gotta like gently scrape it in. I feel like this is the kind of conversation, like all this stuff about like lewd stories and periods and penises and stuff like that. I think that'd be great conversation for me and my ex. But you guys have to promise, if I do bring her on, you guys gotta be nice to her. She's how can I say this? How can I say this without being like insulting? I'll just say she might not be as thick skinned as me. You guys gotta be nice. Also, yeah, thanks. I almost forgot I was drawing for a second. I was just so swept up in the conversation. Alright, sweet. Yeah. Also might help with the whole flow of my speaking. I feel like sometimes I'll just say something, even if it's stupid, just to fill in the dead silence. I'm gonna have to train her to not dox herself. Not that I think that you guys would do anything, but yeah, I would just feel really guilty if, I don't know, someone did something and like it was on my channel and then like I feel bad. Alright, no worries. Good night. How long have I been streaming for? It's been about... Huh, it doesn't say. Yeah, I might just hang out for another 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. PP jokes comes. Is she sensitive? Maybe it's just me being like maybe it's me just being like paranoid of the internet, especially with maybe just I just engage in very toxic parts of the internet and I just don't want to put her in that. Because some of my videos, they get very mean comments, and I have a fucked up sense of humor, so I find that funny. Like, the more extreme, the funnier it is for me. But yeah, usually the smaller view ones, there's literally no bad comments. So yeah, I'm definitely just being paranoid, I guess. Oh no, the pic. Wait, which pic? I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, that's right. Might add a bit of shadow. See if I can get this. You're crying even though you got dark humor. King behavior. Thank you. By the way, my time zone might be a bit off, but is this good time for, like, is streaming at this time good for, like, West Coast? Because I'll try to aim for that as well. My ex, she lives in the East Coast as well, so we'll have to stream at a time that is good for that, for both. Oh, no worries. I feel like everyone can make art. I feel like something like drawing, especially, is a skill that you can work on. But if you just enjoy appreciating art, that's also cool as well. Um, I mean, yeah, I like movies as well, and I like to watch behind the scenes of that as well. But doesn't necessarily mean that I have to get into it myself. It's like midnight here. Is midnight too late for you guys? Or is it because it's a Friday that it's okay? It's 2 a.m. Ah. So maybe what I might do is I'll try to aim for streaming 2 hours earlier. So for Nessa, it might be around midnight, and for me, it'll be like 10 p.m. 8 a.m. here. Do it same time we did last time. Ah, right. 8 a.m. Where do you live, man? Do you live in like the UK or something? Fridays are pretty okay. Maybe on the weekends as well. Okay, cool. I might try to do it on Sunday evening. Wait, Sunday. Yeah, Sunday evening for you guys, so it'll be like Monday-ish for me. Yeah, fortunately for me, I do a lot of freelance stuff, so I can literally sleep until whenever. 8 a.m. is early, so people wake up. That's not when I wake up. I'll tell you that much. Maybe if I start working in like an office again. But if I'm just working on my own schedule or I'm doing online classes, I'll wake up at midday. I'm that kind of person. Ah, that was a good guess. UK. I mean, I feel like, yeah, most people today, uh, their employment status is affected, so it's pretty normal. I feel like my ex would really enjoy exposing me to you guys. She always jokes about revealing embarrassing information on me. Okay. It's always freaky when you take away the line art, but it's always a great way of seeing how the shadows and the light works. Oh, I might just do a clipping mask actually. So I can just take this, and if I can find where that initial color layer is, that one there, I can just grab it down and right click, create clipping mask, and boom, ease. Don't mind hearing embarrassing stories. I mean, I feel like that's all it's gonna be. Okay, let's start doing some jewelry. You still... Oh, how could I forget that? Of course. Let's start looking up some like K-pop idol eyeshadow. Or if you guys have a suggestion for like a K-pop idol I can base it off, I'll look him up as well. I feel like I want more like a smoky one, like this dude here. Or maybe that. I'll let you guys think. Okay. Let's try... It would be a good fit. Let's just try out... Let's try... purple. We can always change the color later. Maybe this brush might be good. That's way too strong of a purple. Any one of those picks are perfect. Maybe not that brush. Let's have a close-up on this. So it's very heavy on the lower corner. So I could sketch in just a light one here. Yeah, I'm one of those artists that takes like a million strokes to get the right one. We'll try this one. I think it needs a little bit more here. Okay, try this as well. And I'll add like a brighter color as well, so it's not like the same color here. Can't wait to see how it turns out. Definitely. Thanks, I really appreciate that. I've over the past like month, I've really gotten back into making art a lot. I would say like the past year or so, I kind of just coasted on what I've already been able to do. But yeah, I've just been taking a lot of time to look up tutorials and practice on my art. So my bread and butter has always been drawing people. Like after high school, I was a character animator. So people is all I've really known. but lately I've been trying to do also like background stuff as well. So this is inspired from the scene in Spirited Away. So if you remember the scene where Spirited Away tunnel, where Chihiro goes into the other world. Yeah, it was like this one. So yeah, I've been just trying to like learn how to do concept art. Who knows, maybe I might want to work on video games or something. Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Like I'm not gonna like be fake humble and say that it's trash, but I definitely was aware that I had flaws, and I was too lazy to work on them, because I already knew that I was able to get jobs and stuff, out of it. So I never felt the need to challenge myself. But then, I mean, it sounds so nerdy, but I was looking at the video game art for Valorant, and I don't know, just the way Ate Ghislaine uses color and makes art without lines. It's like really stylized, but it's very rooted in a strong sense of anatomy and proportions and composition. I don't know, it just really kind of inspired me, and it just sent me down this rabbit hole of looking up art tutorials and pushing myself to get better. And yeah, I think that's also reflected in my character art as well. So shout out to Ate Ghislaine. I feel like his lips, they're a bit dull, so I'm gonna bump that up as well. Might make it a bit more saturated, might give it a bit of a tint as well. Yeah, Spirited Away is one of my favorite Ghibli films. I know it's kind of seen as like... So when you talk about Ghibli films, I feel like people have this tendency to not want to say Spirited Away is their favorite movie because it's the safe choice. But I'm not gonna lie, it's still my favorite Ghibli film. How do I make it so it's not too strong? Yeah. So, did it even change anything? So that's before, and that's after. Before and after. I might just make it even a bit stronger. Just a tad. Yeah, so before, after. Before, after. Okay. I'm gonna leave it at that. I can always change it later. Yeah, which is cool. Yeah, it's just like most things in life. Just gotta push yourself to improve. Can't get lazy. Highlights. These have always been the bane of my coloring skill set. But let's try it anyway. I could just leave it simple like this, but I kind of want to give it a bit... Oh, actually, this doesn't look too bad. But I might just try to play with it a little bit more. Because I do want more interesting shapes, rather than just like a bunch of random squiggles. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. This one's just like a huge block. I might try to divide that up a little bit. sometimes I feel like my art is, I rely on a lot of luck. For example, right now, I don't even know why I'm stroking a particular direction. I just kind of go at it and I'm like, oh, I like that, so I'll just stick with it. Oh, yeah. Oh, maybe subconsciously that played into my mind as well, is because, yeah, I remember the whole like Kim Jong Un's sister as an anime character was trending. So it might have like subconsciously gave me the idea of drawing Kim Jong Un. But yeah, maybe I might do um, like a picture of both of them. Yeah, so I got this so far. I might add a bit of dodge to the hair. Might have to combine it though. So if I can find this is why you gotta name your layers, because I have like, yeah, 33 layers. So there's that one. Let's combine that. Merge layers. And where's the other one? This one here. So now I'm gonna merge that. And just so I don't forget it, I'm calling that one hair. Now I can just grab the dodge tool and just, yeah, give it a bit of shine. Oh, there we go. Get out of here. Ah, so stubborn. Keeps coming back. Might give it a bit of a burn on the back. That way there's a bit more contrast. Yeah, it's too strong. And I don't like how it's too strokey here, so I'm just gonna pull up that color and start blending it a bit more. I like that. That looks a bit better. It's something that I've tried to keep a bit of a secret. It's a question I've been getting a lot ever since I started my channel. So I'll tell you this, I'll tell you it now, but then I'm gonna go through the VOD and then delete it later. So don't tell anyone, but I'm Filipino. I get a lot of different ethnicities though. Like I pretty much have at some point in my life gotten like Indian or like any type of Asian. I've even gotten Hispanic at some points. Especially when I had longer hair. A lot of people said I look like Native American. I don't know if they were just going off the stereotypical Native American look. But I think a big part of it is because I have like a kind of a big nose for an Asian. Like I have like this big, meaty, thick, girthy nose bridge. Really? What do you think I would have been? Yeah, even some Filipinos think I'm not Filipino. I think he's starting to come together pretty good. Hmm. I think I'm just gonna add a few more details here and I might wrap up the stream. Hawaiian. Oh, that's a cool one as well. I like that one. What's your ethnicity, if you don't mind me asking? In this tiny thumbnail, this like really small thumbnail, I can't really see. I don't know, you could pass as like Blasian. Cambodian. Ah, cool. Southeast Asian. Philippines. We gotta stick together. SEA. Southeast Asians. I don't know, it's up to you. I'm having fun with the stream. Uh, I could color. I could color this guy. I could color him as well. The one on the right. Are you gonna stick around the stream much longer, or you reckon I should wrap it up now? My dad is half Filipino, but I don't really count it. Ah, okay. Because usually I have a timer telling me how long I've been streaming for, and I try to aim for like an hour and a half. But I have no sense of how long I've been streaming for, so I'm willing to keep streaming if you're down to keep watching. But I also get it if like you have to sleep soon. You enjoy. Okay, cool. Let's keep going. Okay, so what constitutes deep for you? Because sometimes I might be talking about a topic that's like deep, but then I'll just sound like a cringy 13-year-old that's been red pilled for the first time. You can rap and get laid if that's. Oh no, it's honestly it's not like it's not serious. And like I said, she's on her period, so it's, you know, I'm not getting laid tonight. It's literally just I just want to get some hot wings, and maybe I'll go back to hers and we'll watch a movie, and I'll come back blue balled, and then I have to relieve myself. Maybe in her bathroom again. I don't know. She just woke up. My voice is soothing. Oh, thanks. Um, that's something that like I've thought about before. Is sometimes I feel like my voice is like quite boring. Cause it's not very dynamic. I feel like I'm afraid it sounds monotone. She's my soulmate since we're both on it. Yeah, I'll tell her like, oh yeah, so you don't know this about me, but I have like this YouTube channel and I do like these art streams, and um, yeah, I was talking about you having a period and me not being able to get a nut, and there's this girl in my stream, and yeah, she wanted to show solidarity with you, and then she'll be like, "What?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, but had to tell you." Anyway, so what movie are you watching tonight? That's how it's gonna go down. I don't like the way I colored his nose. Maybe I just have to add more shadows. Oh, and another thing about my voice that I don't really like is I feel like I'm it's like I'm struggling to, not struggling, but it's I don't have like an identity. What's the right word? That's right. I'm like in between accents. Cause I grew up with immigrant parents, and with immigrant parents, they learn English that sounds American. So when I was a kid, like really young, like up till about 10 years old, I had a really strong American accent, even though I'd only ever been living in Australia. But yeah, then I moved to America. So then I started developing more American sounding accents. For example, I'll start saying R's, like I'll say hard R's. Um, so now I went from like American to Australian and then back to like this weird half and half. And part of it was because I was teaching art in America. So I would say things like, "Oh, hi guys, my name's Sylvester. I'm your art teacher." And they're like, "Art teacher? What's an art teacher?" I'm like, "I'm an art teacher." So I would have to learn to pronounce my R's differently. And now when I say the word art, it's like half art and then art. So it's like art, you know. And just other phrases as well. For example, if I'm trying to like say, "Oof, that ass," it doesn't have the same effect when you say "that ass." Oh yeah, that ass. Like it's like, what are you saying, man? Like it's not sexy. It's weird. And it's also compounded by the fact that my favorite comedians and singers and stuff, they're typically American as well. So most of my media that I consume is American. The accents are nice. It's a weird way to- Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, I remember just like going to parties in America, and like when I tell them I'm from Australia, they'll usually say like, "Oh, your accent's not that strong," and I'll just be a dickhead about it, like, "Well, what do you mean me accent's not strong? Talking to me, I'm a fucking Aussie, eh? Your name's Sylvester, cunt. Get the fuck out of here, you dumb cunt." Like, just really ham it up for them. Because the Australian accent that I have, I don't think it's the one that Americans think of. Because yeah, I kind of grew up in a, let's just say it was a working class area. So we didn't have the most sophisticated accent. It's kind of like the redneck of accents in Australia. And the good thing about once you color it once, you can just color pick here. So I'm just gonna take that pink here and add it to his lips. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I'm glad you stuck around. It's always been fun having you in the stream. And yeah, have a good night. Might have to make the corners of the lips a bit darker, just for more emphasis. I don't know if his lips look a little too juicy now. Because this one I feel like it's more subtle. Whereas this one, it's got like the Kylie Jenner treatment going on. Maybe what it is it's the line art. Maybe if I got rid of some of that. If I just, yeah, made it a bit more implied lines. Next topic. Ooh. Yeah, lips look pretty plump. Yeah, it's the goal. So yeah, I'm just gonna reduce the thickness of the line, because I do like the idea of having the outline, but yeah, I just want it very subtle. Or maybe it looks better without it. Let's try both. Or is that a bit much? Oh, that's not too bad. Maybe instead of having like a black outline, it can be just like a very dark brownish red. I'll have to blend that in a little bit. next topic? You know what? Let's check out what's trending on Twitter. That's always a good topic to go off. Dr. Disrespect. Still don't know what's going on with that. Trisha, is that Trisha Paytas? Oh, yeah. I don't really know what her deal is. As in, I get that she posts very provocative content, but I don't really. I'm not. I never get. I've never been mad at her. I know she's posting weird stuff. Can you say I lost baby girl? Girl. Baby girl or girl? It's a trend thing. Oh, you lost baby girl. What? I need to look this up. Are you lost? Are you lost baby girl? What? I'm just gonna listen to this real quick. What? What? I don't get it. Are you lost baby girl? I don't. I had TikTok for a little bit. Like I download the app. I only just watch it through like Instagram, compilations, like compilation accounts. What movie is that? Have you guys heard the guy suing Twitch? Oh my god, that shit is hilarious. Like, what was it? The guy was suing Twitch for 25 million because he has like uncontrollable urges every time like a girl streamer's on. Yeah. And I think I remember reading the official court documents. He's citing emotional distress because he's just so horny. And his genitals are chafed all the time because he keeps abusing his fleshlight. Oh man. I mean, it's a funny meme and all, but I just don't see, like, it's so ridiculous. I don't even know how it's gonna play out. I feel like it's just gonna be frivolous and just thrown out of court straight away. And they even took screenshots of Alinity and Pokimane and submitted that as evidence for the court to determine if Twitch streamers are being too provocative. Like, I get it, like, these girls are hot, but like, dude, like, that's on you. Like, whatever you do in the privacy of your bedroom, like, don't blame the girls for it. I think this is my crackpot theory. I think maybe this guy's into like some weird like exhibitionist humiliation kink. So maybe he's getting off on the fact that everyone's imagining this dude like jerking off. Apparently he's tried suing loads of companies like Sony. Oh, okay, well, probably that's the more logical reason, is like he just wants money. Me with my dumb 70 IQ brain, I'm thinking like, oh, it's definitely some kind of like sexual kink. It's like, nah, he's being greedy. Hold on a sec. Gotta find out. they flopped also, so you're probably right. Nothing will happen. Yeah, that's usually how it is. People just have nothing else better to do. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is a combination of both. I want to believe it's both. Here's some weird combination of like, on one hand he likes to be humiliated by everyone knowing he's like a horny simp, and then on the other hand he wants to be like a financial, like a findom, and get money out of these girls. Some weird psychology right there. By the way, I like how this lip's turning out. I put way more effort into this than I did with the first one. So maybe I'll go back to this one and I'll try to apply the same thing here. Because, yeah, there's something about having like really juicy lips. It's like such a nice coloring aesthetic. Oof. I feel like we just leveled up on our lip game right here. That's looking good. Let's add some highlights to it. Really just sell it. Gonna have to use this brush. Or maybe this one. And then I'll smudge. Is that the smudge tool? I hate when I have the burn tool and the smudge one together because I always get them too confused. There we go. There we go. Maybe I might even bump up the brightness. How's that? So before, after. Before, after. Yeah, I think I like the after. Yeah, I definitely do think that the pandemic has unintentionally brought out a lot of negative sides out of people because yeah, just a cabin fever indoors, and maybe people are like lacking like a purpose right now, because like maybe before you had like a job and stuff, or you had hobbies or activities you had to do or wanted to do, but all we got to do now is just like stay indoors. Then again, it could be like one of my crackpot theories, like when I was talking about AI. Tell you about it, just look at America. Yeah. All my friends um they look at me crazy when I say I'm trying to renew my visa. But yeah, it's like my second home. Can add some eyeshadow. I feel like he's looking very bland there. You know what? Maybe let's change it up a bit. Maybe this guy, this one here, will have like maybe like a pinkish theme to him, and he'll have the green one. Maybe that might be able to spice it up a bit. So before we do the eyeshadow, let's find a good hair color. Maybe something like that. Trump said slow down with the tests. Oh, he wilding out for real. Yeah. I can't even go back this year because there's like a travel ban. Also, my college is they're doing online for the fall. So I might as well just stay here. I think this purpley pink is a bit too strong, but yeah, we'll just change it later. Yeah, it's like it's the state of politics in America is just it's so, or maybe not even just America, just the whole Western world is what's the right word? Like I want to say it's fucked, but it's much more than that. It's weird how people treat it like a sport in a way. It's like it's my team versus your team. But, you know, laws shouldn't be made like that. Policies should be made based on, you know, the. Well, I should not talk about politics because I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. But yeah, the whole defending your person even if they're wrong, like that should just not be a thing. Like no side wants to call out when um, you know, their guy or their woman is fucking up. Pull up to Canada. I don't know much about Canada other than this is gonna sound so stupid, but Justin Trudeau. That guy loves to play dress up, doesn't he? I personally don't find it that offensive. Like him doing like dressing up as like Aladdin or something and putting on the face paint to look a bit darker. Like I doubt it was his intention to be racist. It just looks so just looks so bad. Do y'all even have a president? I don't know about Canada. So sorry. Isn't good crazy. Yeah, like America has what, 320 million people, and the best they can get is Biden versus Trump. Oh man, it's so stupid. Like those are the two options, really. That's the dream, right? Is to live in a better society. I think the AI needs to lead us to that utopia. Us humans were just too simple-minded. Okay. So where did my hair go? There it is. Okay. Let's try, because we need like a good base color. Maybe desaturated darker? Or maybe saturated darker. That's starting to look purple now. I think that might be a good base color. Yeah, and then we can start adding in. So what I like to do is I like to get the base color, drag it to the darker, like the cooler section, so towards the blue. Drag it down so it's darker, and then desaturate it. So I'm hoping that looks, maybe it could be a bit stronger. Yeah, it could be a lot stronger actually. I think that should be okay. I ain't gay, but he looking like a snack. I mean, I mean, look at them lips, man. Might have to turn him. You know what? Maybe we'll turn Kim Jong Un into a furry next time. He'll really be looking like a snack. I'll trust AI more than Trump. Yeah, true. Kim Jong Un looking at 3-course meal right here. He looks like a K-pop boy now. He is Korean. Kim Oppa. I'm gonna like post this on our K-pop and be like, oh yeah, I did some fan art of my favorite Korean boy, but I won't say who it is. You know what I should do? I think I should add like more like North Korean insignia. So maybe I could put like the North Korean flag patch here. Or maybe I can add like another choker and it has the flag of North Korea. Well, I had a lot of fun with the stream tonight, guys. I actually do want to keep streaming for a bit longer. I'm totally gonna be late to meet up with that girl tonight, but I don't know, it's just been fun. Like, I really should have left home like 30 minutes ago, but nah, it's been fun. Also, you know what? Maybe it's a good thing I didn't leave on time. That's like real alpha male energy. It's like, you know what? I show up when I want to show up. I'll pick you up when I'm ready. You know. And right now, my YouTube channel is more important than you, bitch. Nah, I'm kidding. You'll get jumped when they see it's Kim. I'll make sure I post it on a burner account. I don't even know if it's really a date. It's because I feel like a date, that's like more of a romantic thing, right? Um, like we're just kind of just seeing each other and touching each other's genitals every now and then. She already knows that I'm not gonna be staying in Australia for much longer, so there's no real point in making it like a thing. But I also hate saying, "Oh yeah, we're just hanging out," because that's such a fuckboy thing to say. Period. King, you show up when you want. That's what it is. Meanwhile, when I do end this stream, I'm gonna be like fucking rushing. You know, I show up to a place and I'm like, please forgive me. Pay for everything. Buy everything on an Amazon wish list. You know, I should have just done a clipping mask. That would have just saved so much time. Create clipping mask right there. Boom, done. Easy. So add more shadows. Soft boy. We big simpin'. That's how we do it. So when you plan on leaving? Mentally, I'm doing that thing where it's like, oh, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. But legitimately, I'm gonna leave in 2 minutes. I just want to get this hair bit done. I don't know, so is there anything, any final statements you want from me? Any hot takes? Any 10-second opinions? Oh yeah, but for those who weren't here earlier, I do plan to be streaming whatever time zone you're in right now, like 2 hours earlier. That's what I'm gonna try to aim for. So I think for California, that's like 10 p.m. or like 9 p.m. and East Coast, it's like midnight. UK, unfortunately, it's gonna be the morning for you guys, and for Australia, early evening, late afternoon. Top 10 hentai. Yeah, don't sip over no female. Hey, I'm guilty. I'm guilty. Abortion. I'm pro-choice, but the idea of it being like, oh, it's just a bunch of cells. It's like, you know, I don't necessarily buy into that. I think, like for example, like what does that make premature babies when they're like, you know, 7 months old or 8 months old? Are they not considered life? You know, if you ever seen like a premature baby, like that's definitely a life form. So I think we need to have that conversation on uh, I don't know. I guess you have to solve the philosophical debate on like when does life begin. So to answer that in a nutshell, I'm pro-choice, but I don't know. Yeah, just pro-choice, whatever. Top 10 hentai. Ooh. So I don't have a top 10, but I just remember one time I was at like a kid's birthday party. Like, I was a kid as well. That sounds so bad. I think I was 9 or 8 years old. And some parent, after like the party, she put on like this VHS tape of like the Street Fighter animated movie. See if I can pull that up. And there's this scene where Chun-Li is like taking a shower, and you gotta keep in mind that I was like 9 years old, so it was like the first time that I'd ever seen, anime titties, and I was way too young to be seeing it, and that definitely has stuck with me throughout my life. And yeah, it was like almost like my hentai sexual awakening, so to speak. So it's always gonna have a special place in my heart. Favorite Jav. Oh. I don't know if I can Google her, but her name is Yura Aida, Yura Aida. I don't know. I was just like super young at the time, and I just remember like seeing like this photo of her. I was like, oh my god, she's beautiful. It's like 5 a.m. here. Abortion is most difficult to be. Where can you draw the line, Yeah, exactly. Me personally, I'm not very religious, so I don't have that strong, I guess, like, I'm willing to hear out both sides. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh my god, like, definitely no abortions ever, because, I feel like we can all kind of agree that if the mother's life is in danger, pretty much everyone will agree that, yeah, abortion is acceptable in those circumstances. Beautiful story. Thanks, man. And I think I remember one of the parents like looking at the kids while we were watching, and they saw the naked scene, and needless to say, we had to close our eyes until they fast forwarded. All right, I'm really gonna be late to see this go, but yeah. If you want to check me out another time, I'll be trying to do it Sunday, so like 2 days from now, around the same time, but like 2 hours earlier. And I'll try to get my ex to come on, because some of you guys thought that'd be funny, and I think it'd be funny. Just, yeah, try to be a bit nice to her. You could be mean to me, like I think it's funny, but yeah, just be nice to her. I'm gonna try to have fun on this date, even though she's on a period and I know I'm not gonna get laid, but it is what it is. So yeah, it's been great.